Good afternoon and welcome to another day of Bible prophecy. My name is Prophet C. Brazil. I am a modern day prophet sent by God the Father to prepare the way for the return of his Son Jesus the Christ. The discussion today is concerning Revelation chapter 17, verse 1 through verse 18, Holy Bible. As its connecting part connects to Daniel, the prophecy of Daniel, all the way to this prophecy, until this prophecy, to the Revelations. Now, the reason I have to constantly try to show you these matters, what's at hand today, is all concerning this little chart that I'm beginning with today, with this fence around it. I know some may be familiar with the geographic location where this chart was taken from, and some might not. For those who are not familiar with this area, this is the Middle East. South Turkey to Afghanistan, down to Libya, in Africa, straight across to Ethiopia, consuming Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Now, what's the significant part of this chart that I have before you is this is the dwelling place that God selected for the kingdom of the world, which would be the kingdom of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, Son of the living God. Now, but as I start today, I want to show you true facts that when you decode the Bible, scriptures in the Bible, it clearly acknowledges and reveals there's a father and son talking throughout the episodes of this Bible, throughout Bible prophecy. It reveals this through the wordings and the sayings of various prophets, and even through the works of Jesus Christ. It reveals that, and can't nobody deny this. First, we have to understand that man's appointed time here on earth is 120 years. But whenever you take and see a prophecy connects with another prophecy, 120 years and beyond, and they're all, each character is speaking the exact same thing. What they speak is replicable from one to the other, then we can say this is not the works of man. As we see, there's indifferent, but when they connects in somewhat together, it proves that there is a God. This is the works of a God and not of a man. The reason I am saying this here, and I have to continue to say this, and it's a black and white issue. It's always have been a black and white issue. This is the cause. This is the racism is the seed core of all evil upon this earth. We can't deny that. I wish I could say it was not so, but when I look at it over and over again, the racial overtone that we hear throughout these days where we having these tribulations come together, it's separate the world. It separate the peoples as a whole. This is what called the war. Because the man of one color is not going to agree with the man of another color. The man of God is not going to agree with the man who have a sinister mindset. It's always going to be a divide there. Because the man of God is going to cling to his God because he know his God. But the man that do not know the God of gods or do not serve the God of God through his own ignorance, he's going to do everything he can to deny him and defile the one that embrace him. That's the reason I'm going to keep continuing to bring these things. It's where. Now, why did I bring this here? is the law God gave to Moses. It was entombed in this ark, or we call it Ark of the Covenant. The ark is a simple ark here without the mercy seat and the cherubim, but only the law of Moses here that I have in this chart. Why did I create this design just like this? Is because the mercy seat and the two cherubims, which was the two witnesses of Jesus Christ, have been caught up. The sacrifice have gone by, and it have gone up from the ark. The ark is just a symbol of the 12 tribes of Israel, who is the 12 sons of Jacob. All 12 sons, who is considered the ark. They was given a law of Moses in Horeb when they came after being out of bondage of Egypt, where the duration was 430 years. I believe 430 years. Now, this is the fence that's around this. The black horse is the black horse of Revelation, which had the balance. And you know this was a man of God because he didn't have any weapons of mass destruction like the ones in the white horse, the red horse, and the pale horse. This was for myself, Curly Brazil, who lives by the spirit of Moses, which was the messenger of the covenant. Now, let me take this down and let you see the real shot that we are going from here. The reason this war is over there, because the ones who do not serve God need the crude oil. Simple as that. I'm cutting straight to the point. They need the crude oil, but they want to create a lies of falsehood to accuse of God's people, who is the true dwellers of that land, who occupy that land. They want to accuse them of transgression against the United States of America in order to create a reason to slaughter those people and take that land and proclaim it theirs and control the oil reserve, because their industries and their manufacturing plant depends upon the roots of that crude oil. I want to put it like this. Excuse me for the blood-ending words. Now, the reason I decided to come back here and begin at this point, and I said, use this one as a words of God. And Revelation chapter 17, verse 1 through 18. I use it, said, spake Jesus, because I want to show that there is two involved. Now, let me go to this here and prove this here point right here. You go to Daniel. I don't know whether I have time to prove this right here on this part. Let me go to Isaiah chapter 5 first, and tell you the significance of the chart I just removed from there. And that way I could start out fresh on that part on the next. But I want to reveal to you, because it's going to consume a little time here. If you have your Bible, please turn to Isaiah chapter 5. Isaiah chapter 5. It said, now will I sing to my well-beloved, a song of my beloved. Touch his vineyard, my well-beloved has a vineyard in a very fruitful hill. So is this vineyard. And he fenced it and gathered out the stone thereof and planted it with the choicest vine and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a wine press therein. And he looked, it should brought forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. What this is, that's what the fence he put around that region, what I showed